Our bodies are created to naturally heal themselves. When it comes to disease or injury, we're made to figure out what the problems are and naturally solve them. But what's responsible for doing that? Turns out it's a little cell called a stem cell. In 2016, we established Hope Biosciences right here in Sugar Land, Texas. Hope Bio was established to fill in the gaps, to figure out how do we find the stem cells that our bodies need to repair themselves, and then create quantities that can actually make a difference. And third, figure out a way to make these treatments repeatable. If you think about disease, a lot of times degenerative diseases like Alzheimer's don't happen overnight. They take many, many years, if not decades, to develop. That means that our bodies are degenerating, but in order to regenerate, we need to regenerate in the same way that we degenerate. So we need to have repeatable treatments. Hope Bio's technology starts with a single tablespoon of fat. After taking fat from the individual, we're able to extract just the mesenchymal stem cells that we're looking for. Once we get those stem cells, we then seed them on culture flasks and we grow them. We essentially make clones of these cells, copies over and over and over again until we have billions of cells. So if stem cells are so wonderful, and if they are to become the future of medicine, then why are they so limited? Why are there no FDA-approved products on the market yet? Well, it's because the technologies that were built up until now were sort of like this car, very limited in its power, in its ability, in the way it's built, the way it's designed. We needed to build something different. We needed to build a technology that had the capability to overcome a lot of hurdles. And it needed to look something like this. This is built to fight diseases, overcome hurdles and challenges that we anticipate when looking at these diseases that have never been cured before. We need to start with a great technology, and that's what we did at Hope Bio. Developing the technology was half the hurdle. So what? We built a great car. Where's it gonna go? How do we know what the potential is? If you never stretch its legs, how will you know? That's where research became the objective. March 2020, we celebrated the grand opening of the Hope Biosciences Research Foundation. We set it up as a nonprofit research organization that was focused on translational medicine, meaning research that involves humans, not animals, and not basic research, but human research, clinical research that would one day translate into a treatment for the greater good. Since 2020, the Hope Biosciences Research Foundation has been making significant headway in first identifying needs within our community. There are plenty of patients and plenty of people who need access to this technology. We do all the hard work to try and get all the authorizations we need from FDA, from the IRB. We look specifically at needs that have no solutions currently. Incurable diseases, traumatic injuries, things that really don't have any solutions. Those are the cases that we take here at the foundation. The research we do is to serve a humanitarian purpose and a compassionate purpose. Through that, what we learn, what we gain, all of the data that we collect, all of that is used to further the research, and perhaps one day it inspires another researcher out there by reading that case report to study that disease further. The Research Foundation has been an amazing gift, not only to our local community here, but has been stretching its wings across the country, and to see people from all over the world come right here to Sugar Land to experience the gift that is the foundation, and the hope that it is giving to people, and the millions of people behind those patients is just inspiring to watch and inspiring to be a part of. In 2020, we began our first series of clinical trials for COVID-19, 2 for prevention and 1 for treatment. For expanded access, we treated cerebral palsy, Parkinson's disease, hip osteoarthritis, spinal cord injury, ALS, and chronic musculoskeletal pain. In 2021, we began our first protocol for long COVID and extended a new Parkinson's disease protocol for autologous treatment. We started a trial for multiple sclerosis, as well as another clinical trial for Parkinson's disease using allogeneic cells. Based on the results from our first long-haul COVID trial, we initiated a second long-haul COVID trial for 80 patients. We also conducted expanded access protocols for Parkinson's disease, spinal cord injury, primary lateral sclerosis, lupus, 3 more spinal cord injury cases, muscular dystrophy, psoriatic arthritis, and chemotherapy-induced polyneuropathy. In 2022, as our clinical trials were still ongoing, we added expanded access protocols for severe knee pain, chronic idiopathic demyelinating polyneuropathy, breast cancer, and stroke. And in 2023, we are beginning the first ever protocol of its kind for drug-resistant epilepsy. What we're doing right now is just the tip of the iceberg. I think that the work that you will continue seeing out of this foundation in terms of figuring out what the next generation of trials should look like in terms of understanding even disease prevention is the exciting work that's ahead of us. So I hope you leave here a little bit more hopeful, knowing that there is a group of very dedicated folks that are working hard to make sure that these treatments will one day be accessible for all of us.